You are Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Just when I thought they were done and you want to stick a fork in them, they make us want to believe some more. Sox walk off in 10 against the Rangers. With that, the 4-game losing streak is now a thing of the past. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, show host, called games at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, Dodger Stadium, Target Field, Kauffman Stadium, Jacobs Field, Globe Life in Arlington, Granger Stadium, and Kinston, North Carolina. We are providing reaction, and we've got plenty right now to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're going to discuss how much more of this can we take. Sox back in the win column. Rob Refsnyder, Enmanuel Valdez playing the roles of hero in the 10th inning. And was this one of the best crowds at Fenway Park for 2024? My answer, yes! Exclamation point. We want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation if you are watching live on the Locked On Red Sox and Locked On Boston YouTube channel. Click on the comment button if you have a thought on tonight's game against the Texas Rangers. Share it with us. You can also leave your comments, thoughts, questions, anything you'd like. Follow us on the X at Lennox on Baseball. Subscribe to the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel as well. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Supply House. SupplyHouse.com is the reliable way to get parts fast. Shop for your next plumbing, HVAC, or electrical job and get fast shipping from coast to coast at SupplyHouse.com. Rangers, Corey Seager tied the game at 3. We'll get to that. Rangers went in front for the first time in the game in the 10th inning against Josh Winkowski. It looked like doomsday scenario for the Red Sox, playing for the first time this season without Jarren Duran. We're going to get into it, but we're not going that deep into it in segment number 2. Enmanuel Valdez almost hit the ball out of the yard for a walk-off home run. Instead, ground rule double. He's at second. Romy Gonzalez scores. Game tied at 4-4. Hit the rollades, hit the stomach relievers, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. But finally, Rob Refsnyder came through. And Refsnyder, at one point, had the at-bat of the night for me. We hit that in segment number 2. But he gets the at-bat of the night with what he did in the bottom half of the 10th inning. David Robertson, Kirby Yates, they look like best relievers in Major League Baseball history. Maybe also a good sign is the fact that the Rangers probably don't have their 2 best relievers for at least Tuesday and maybe the next 2 games of the series. Bruce Bochy, like we've seen with Alex Cora lately, pulling out all the stops. Sox avoid going to 5 games below 500 with the win. Now 62-55. The 4-game losing streak is over. A victory at Fenway. The win on Monday night against the Rangers after dropping 3 in a row, after losing James Paxton, after learning Monday that Jarren Duran was going to miss the first 2 games of the series with a suspension from the team, unpaid suspension. Sox went into Monday hoping to avoid a 5th straight loss overall, but also looking to avoid going 5 under at Fenway for the 6th time this season. That's all behind them. They pick up the victory. It's tough for the home team in extra innings these days with that ghost runner at second base to start off the top of the 10th inning. And if you're the visiting team, you don't want just 1 run. You want 2. So the Rangers got 1 in the top of the 10th inning, but could not score again. So the Red Sox, Valdez, the double, scoring Romy Gonzalez with a tying run. And again, everything. It's like September baseball when managers had the guys up from the minor leagues, and basically you had guys to come in just to pinch run, guys to come in and pinch hit. And we saw the debut of Gasper in that 10th inning, and he worked a walk. Mickey Gasper was able to work a walk in his first big league plate appearance. He's a great story. First year in the Red Sox organization. I was I was right there thinking Mickey Gasper is the guy who's going to win this game right here. Up along with Chase Sugart, both added to the 40-man roster, both added to the active roster on Monday. And Sugart's got a pretty good story he shared with Gabrielle Starr from the Boston Herald. I'll share that one a little bit later on with you. But the Red Sox do pick up the victory. And you can't sweep a series unless you win game one. The Red Sox were able to do that on Monday night against the Rangers. I don't call for a series sweep before a series gets underway. I came close on Sunday. You need to go 500 on this homestand with 7 in a row on the road against the Orioles and the Astros. That starts on Thursday. You take game one against the Rangers, you've got to go after it. You've absolutely got to go after it. Walk this way. A sac fly and a couple of bases loaded walks. That's how the Red Sox got their first 3 runs. This collective slump is kind of continuing into the Rangers series. And Corey Seager, you can't live with a 2-run lead or a 3-run lead where one swing of the bat, up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, with one swing of the bat where they can tie the game. That's what Corey Seager did after Brayan Bello gave you a terrific pitching performance. The Red Sox up 1-0 through 4. Bello gave up a run in the top of the 5th inning after the Sox got a run in the 5th to go up 1-0. Actually, the Sox got that run in the bottom of the 4th inning. But then Bello left the game with a lead. Gave up the run in the 5th, and that was it. He did his job. 95 pitches, was terrific first pitch strikes. I think something like 19 of 25 first pitch strikes for Brayan Bello. 6 innings, 1 earned run. You'll take that. But then Alex Cora, because he's got a lefty, instead of sticking with Zach Kelly, Alex Cora goes to the left-hander Bailey Horn. I'll tell you what. You know what pitch I want to see go away? The sweeper. I've touched on this when we had Chris Carter, our analyst, for the first time on our Locked On Red Sox postcast last week. I've touched on this. The Atlanta Braves organization used to say, we don't care about a curveball or a slider. We want a quality breaking ball. A lot of guys who throw that sweeper right now, it's not a quality pitch. Bailey Horn, if you watch Seager's home run that tied the game at 3, Bailey Horn, I don't know what ballpark he thought he was pitching in, but Seager off the bat, you knew that was gone. His 26th home run of the season, his 7th in the month of August, and 4 of those 7 against the Red Sox. Not an Essen reference, but an ESPN reference. Mike Monaco, Ben McDonald. Ben, one of my favorites. I can call him a former broadcast partner on ESPN networks in college baseball. Mike Monaco, we know, the backup on the Nesson side with Dave O'Brien. But one of the stat lines was Corey Seager. Now, 26 home runs on the season. 12 of his home runs have come on the first pitch. That's Bailey Horn's first pitch out of the bullpen? Come on. A sweeper at 80 miles an hour. That's what it said on StatCast. At 80 miles an hour. That's not even a BP fastball. And Horn thought, well, maybe he didn't get all of it. Watch his reaction. Corey Seager knew it was off the bat. It was gone. Red Sox, though, pull it out 5-4 against the Rangers. And both teams pulling all the moves. Everything they could possibly throw out there. Kenley Jansen pitch well out of the bullpen. The Red Sox pick up the win. Hey, if you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, thank you very much. Join the conversation. Hit the comment button. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. And, hey, a win is a win at this point in the season. You're into August. We're almost at the midpoint of August now. Red Sox do not have a lot of games left in the regular season. We know that. 45 left. 7 games over 500. 62 wins. Can you get to 90? You need 28 more victories over the final 45 to get the. And it's not necessarily the magic number, but if you're getting closer to that 90 win mark, you're in the conversation mid-September, September 1, mid-September, and late September. And this team does have it in them. Bello gives you 6. Deserved to pick up the victory. He'll be part of our numbers of the night coming up a little bit later on in our show. So the big storyline with the Red Sox, Jarren Duran, and I've been clamoring for it, needs to sit. Well, he sat Monday night in the series opener, had played in every single game up to Monday. 2-game suspension from the Red Sox. Major League Baseball also involved. I'm going to touch on it, but I'm not going deep into it with Jarren Duran. But it comes maybe at a good time with the fact that he gets a couple of days off. Now, go time. When he returns on Wednesday for the series finale, go the rest of the way. I'll get into a little bit more of that. That's coming up next. Steve Lennox, Locked On Red Sox postcast. Red Sox prevail in 10 walk-off, their 5th walk-off win of the season as they take the opener against the Rangers. Hey, our Locked On Red Sox postcast, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. Brought to you by Supply House. Get supplies from the site that's made for the skilled trade, supplyhouse.com. Now, at supplyhouse.com, you get the reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done and get the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get an expert. Get the expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business, and you talk to a real person every time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining SupplyHouse.com's free Trade Master program. Every Trade Master gets access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/TM and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. Red Sox able to pull it out, earn the victory. We do want to acknowledge our everydayers for making Locked On Red Sox postcast and the Locked On Red Sox podcast from Gabby Hurlbert as well, their first listen every day. Before we get back into the 5-4 victory, moves, they'll come up in segment number 3. I'll touch on those. But Trevor Story took batting practice at Fenway Park on Monday. I'm really going to bed every night right now thinking about Trevor Story, and right now I'm thinking that there's a timeline at some point here in the near future as to what the plan is going to be going forward. Again, he took BP at Fenway Monday. Is he going to be out on a rehab assignment by the time the Sox return from their next road trip? That gets underway the 1st of 4 in Baltimore against the Orioles on Thursday. Then it's 3 in Houston against the Astros. And Fenway was busy prior to the game on Monday. Jacob deGrom for the Rangers throwing a live BP through about 40 pitches. He could be out on a rehab assignment at some point here as well. So Jarren Duran suspended for 2 games. Nobody really had that during the game, although there were a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Jarren Duran in Sunday's game used a homophobic slur during at bat. I heard the comment from a fan in the stands, and it was innocent enough. It wasn't original. He said something along the lines of, you need a tennis racket to swing the bat. Jarren Duran responded. Okay? Suspended for 2 games. This is as far as I go with this because this is not about commentary in this world, in this light, okay? Jarren Duran apologized on Monday. He took ownership of it. There was no denial. And Jarren Duran, the young man who's had a phenomenal season, he grew up a little bit more on Monday. He took ownership of it. That's all you can ask from him in this situation. And I'll follow up with this. If you're upset with what Jarren Duran said, I respect that. But understand that Jarren Duran and pro athletes hear a lot of disgusting and vile things thrown their way. Jarren Duran's not going to go out there and share that with you. Remember Reggie Jackson just a few weeks ago talking about what he endured in minor league baseball in the Deep South a long time ago in the 1960s. Just think about that the next time you hear an athlete use a term like that. Am I condoning it? Absolutely not. It should not be part of the vocabulary. There are a lot of words present day that shouldn't be part of our vocabularies. But Jarren Duran took ownership of it, and I think he grew up a little bit on Monday. If he's an advocate and he does different things going forward, more power to him. We'll see how that goes. But Jarren Duran, to me, he's going to miss 1 more game. From a baseball side, I think it helps him. He gets a couple of days to reboot, to refresh. I didn't like the idea of Jarren Duran setting a goal of 162 games. I've said it a couple of times here on our Locked On Red Sox postcast. He needs a day. Well, now he gets 2. And you know he's not going to want to be out of the lineup the rest of the way once he returns on Wednesday. Boy, oh boy, as we get into the at-bat of the night, I was going Rob Refsnyder in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. Up 2-0 in the count against Kirby Yates. Yates got 2 called strikes to even the count at 2-2. And then Refsnyder went down swinging. Well, that's why we love baseball. Redemption time for Rob Refsnyder in the bottom half of the 10th inning, and he delivered with the bases full. Masa Yoshida almost got a nod for at-bat of the night. It's not always the game-winning base hit, which is our at-bat of the night from Rob Refsnyder in the bottom half of the 10th inning. That's a no-brainer. But Yoshida up there at the bases loaded, infield in, less than 2 outs. We saw a lot of balls hit in the air. We saw a lot of swing and miss. We saw plenty of called strike threes against Red Sox hitters on Monday. We've seen a lot of strikeouts. 55 now, I believe, if not higher. But it was 15 at one point and 40 in the 3 games against Houston. So the math was simple in that. Let me take a quick look here. 15 strikeouts. So 55 in the last 4 games. It's a lot of strikeouts. Now, Yoshida put the ball in the play, but he hit it right at the second baseman. They came out, got the force out, and he was able to reach. And then Refsnyder able to come through. But a lot of strikeouts right now in the lineup. Rafi Devers, 0 for 4. Walk, run scored, and a couple of strikeouts. Devers, actually 3 strikeouts for Devers. He was the most in the lineup, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't do this often. 6 different hitters striking out 2 or more times. Devers the only one to strike out 3 times. 15 strikeouts total. And Tyler Mahle, hey, he looked good. Power to him. Coming back off Tommy John surgery, just his second outing, 4 2/3, 7 strikeouts. He looked like Spencer Arrighetti on Saturday for the Astros and Hunter Brown for the Astros on Sunday. If you're a strikeout pitcher, if you're a guy who strikes out 4 or 5 batters a game, these guys are now starting to look like Nolan Ryan against the Red Sox. Put the ball in play. Put the ball in play. Make things happen. Valdez. Wow. Remember on Sunday, Red Sox didn't have an extra base hit. 6 hits in each of the 3 games, 18 hits total. I'm not going into the numbers of the night here, but all of a sudden I just saw this. 1 extra base hit for the Red Sox in the last 2 games. A double by Valdez in the 10th inning. That scored the tying run. This is a team offensively. Tyler O'Neill, he'll be back soon. I'm not putting all the eggs in the basket for Tyler O'Neill. But you can see that he's missed in this lineup right now. He is. Andrew the Goat shared that the other day, and I agree with it. You need Tyler O'Neill back. You need him healthy. Calf infection. James Paxton, there's no real news. Mike Monaco and Ben McDonald were talking about it on the ESPN broadcast. There was imaging for the calf, pulled calf for James Paxton on Monday. They were waiting for the doctor to get to the ballpark to read the imaging and sort of make a determination as to how bad that strain is. But again, after the game yesterday, Paxton, post-game comments, I heard a pop. That's not good. That's not a pull. I mean, at least that's not what they're classifying it initially as over the last 24 hours, but Paxton's saying he heard a pop, and we're at the point in the season, I think Ben McDonald alluded to it, there's not a lot of time left in the season at this point in time. Can he get back by mid to late September and then be available for you out of the bullpen or postseason baseball? Some roster moves made by the Red Sox on Monday. We're going to get into those next. Locked On Red Sox Postcast brought to you by Ibotta. Summertime is here, means barbecue season. Stock up on all of your grilling favorites. Earn cash back on every purchase when you use Ibotta so you don't have to choose, right? Life's all about choices, but do you really want to choose between a hamburger or a hot dog? No, you want both. Ibotta, free app that lets you earn cash back every time you shop. Earn on hundreds of items from groceries to beauty supplies, even toys, so you can make sure you are beating inflation no matter what you're purchasing. The average Ibotta user saves $256 a year. Think of that. That could cover the cost of an entire shopping trip. That could cover the cost, or at least some of the cost, for a flight you've been eyeing or that fancy dinner you've been craving. Other apps give you points that really don't add up to much, right? With Ibotta, you can earn cash back that you can withdraw to your bank account, PayPal, or gift cards. Simple and simply add offers in the app, upload your receipt, and Viola, the money is yours. You can save on over 2,400 brands. and shop at over 1,000 retailers, including your favorite grocery stores, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, more. It's time that you joined the over 50 million users who use Ibotta to earn cash back every time they shop. Right now, Ibotta is offering our listeners $5 off for trying Ibotta by using code LOCKEDONMLB when you register. Just go to the App Store or Google Play Store, download the free Ibotta app to start earning cash back. Again, use the code LOCKEDONMLB, Ibotta in the Google Play or App Store, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB. Locked On Red Sox Postcast also brought to you by FanDuel. Sox future bets right now, plus 2,100 for the Red Sox to win the AL pennant. Hey, I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. Playoffs winding down. We get fewer games. Sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app, dream up bets anytime that I'm in the mood. This summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There is something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Numbers of the night in just a few moments. Sox walk off with the victory against the Rangers, avoid a fifth straight loss, avoid going to 5 under overall at Fenway Park on the season. At no point this year have they been over 500 at Fenway. That really needs to change. And the crowd, I mentioned it earlier, but the crowd, Monday night crowd at Fenway Park, I'm not going to mention the fact that it was an ESPN televised game. I don't think that really played into it. They had some great images, though. They really did from Monday night. Just a beautiful night now in the Northeast. I'll take that the rest of the summer. Absolutely. But the crowd at Fenway Monday night was outstanding. Personally, I think it was better than some Friday crowds since I got going with this. Episode 51, by the way, with the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. We're not going anywhere. We are here with you. But the crowd Monday night at Fenway, tip my cap. They were into it. And the microphones are different on the ESPN broadcast. That's obvious, right? The sound off the bat, the crack of the bat, seems like every ball is leaving the ballpark. You heard the umpires a couple of times during the course of the game in conversation. They picked up Alex Cora a couple of times. Microphones are just different and perhaps placed different. I'm not an expert on that, but certainly the volume's amped up. Mentioned James Paxton on the injured list. Bailey Horn gave up the game-tying home run to Corey Seager, back up from AAA. And he gave up the home run left on left. Can't happen. Jamie Westbrook, DFA, designated for assignment. Great story here in 2024. We'll be curious to see if he gets picked up somewhere or if he clears through waivers, if he'll accept the assignment back down to the minor leagues. Brennan Bernardino, Brad Keller, both optioned at AAA on Monday. Chase Sugart and catcher infielder Mickey Gasper, both selected from Worcester. Gasper, 7th year in pro ball. Great story. With the Yankees and now with the Red Sox, his first year in the Red Sox system, 28 years old, made his major league debut, walked in his first big league plate appearance. Born in Merrimack, New Hampshire, played his college baseball at Bryant in Rhode Island. He was a 27th round draft pick by the Yankees at Bryant back in 2018. Again, first year in the Red Sox organization, playing with AA Portland and AAA Worcester so far this year. That was pretty much what he did last year in the Yankees organization as well, as at the AA and AAA levels. Now, Sugart, on the other side, is 27. He'll be 28 in October. Every guy that's made his big league debut this year for the Red Sox, I'll go out and say older than 25, but I really think older than, really 26 or 27 years old. The young guys are coming. I'll touch on that in a moment. But Sugart, again, he'll be 28 in October, drafted by the Red Sox, 12th round back in 2018, same draft as Gasper. And Sugart, right-handed pitcher, taken out of the University of Texas. The former Longhorn, 28 games, 5 starts with the Woo Sox this year, 71 strikeouts, and 59 2/3 innings. He's now pitched at the AAA level for the 3rd straight year in the Red Sox system. But that's a nice number at AAA, 71 strikeouts and just over 60 innings total. And wanted to get to this and trying to go to my phone. I don't do this often. But Gabriel Starr, who covers the Red Sox for the Boston Herald, had this. Chase Sugart said he found out yesterday, meaning Sunday, that he was going to the big leagues. The Woo Sox were on their 2 buses back from Syracuse, and one of the buses broke down. So they were all crammed in on one bus. Manager Chad Tracy went on the intercom and made the announcement. Sugart said it still doesn't feel real. Thank you, Gabrielle Starr, for sharing that one on the X. She covers and does a great job covering the Red Sox for the Boston Herald. But Sugart now in the big leagues. Again, former Longhorn. Sox have had plenty of former Longhorns who have had great success in Boston over the years. I've got so much scribbled down on my notes here. I've got to get into numbers of the night. 5th walk-off win of the season. Have that one off the top of my head. How about David Hamilton? 30 for David. Picked up his 30th stolen base of the season early on in the game. First Red Sox player to reach 30 stolen bases. This one might hurt a little bit for you, but I'm going to bring up the name Mookie Betts, and kind of apropos because Betts back in the lineup for the first time since June for the Dodgers, and all he did was homer on Monday night for L.A. Betts had 30 stolen bases for the Red Sox. Last guy to collect 30 in a season. That was back in 2018. David Hamilton reaching 30 stolen bases. Jarren Duran is going to reach 30 stolen bases. Cedar Rafaela also had a stolen base on Monday night, his 17th on the year. I don't know, and I'm trying to figure this out in the media guide. I don't know that the Red Sox have ever had 2 players who have had 30 or more stolen bases in a season. Had the Red Sox ever had 2 players with 30 or more stolen bases and a third player with 20 or more? Rafaela probably doesn't get to 30, but I think 20 is certainly available. Numbers of the night. We need a sponsor for numbers of the night. I've got a couple here on Bello as well. Hey, the Sox are now 15-7 in his 22 starts on the year, 7-1 in his last 8 starts. Bello was in line for the win. And his 11th on the year, settles for a no decision, his 5th straight no decision. But Brayan Bello gave you 6 innings. Would I love to see 7? Absolutely. What I love is to clarify and define, define is the word there. Let's redefine a quality start for a starting pitcher. It's 7 innings and 3 earned runs or less. I'd even go 7 innings and 4 earned runs or less. But right now it's 6 and 3. Bello gave you quality. Gave up the 1 run, and that was it. Got into a little trouble, worked out of it. You didn't see, and you never see a true meltdown, but you just see inside of his head, he's overthinking, he's amped up, and he gets himself into trouble. Really didn't happen. Gave up the 1 run, was in control, did a nice job. What's on tap? Rangers, Red Sox, Game 2 of the series. Jose Urena and Cutter Crawford for Game 2. It's still TBA for Wednesday. Urena, I think, is actually being moved up. So Crawford and Houck, the next 2 games for the Red Sox. Right now, the way you're looking at it, sweep the series. Sweep it. Then go on the road. And the Orioles series, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I did it on Sunday. I'll do it again on Monday. That Orioles series, the bats have to come around for the Baltimore series. And maybe it is against bad pitching. Maybe it happens over the next 2 games, and that carries into Camden Yards in Baltimore Thursday through Sunday. Because outside of Corbin Burns, and I'm not sure when he'll be scheduled, it's 4-game series, so I would imagine Burns is going to go at some point in that series. But they've got, they're piecing things together right now, and they're doing everything they can to keep that rotation intact. They've had certainly some injuries. Zach Eflin is expected to go against Pivetta in Game 1 of the series. Eflin, all he's done so far is win his first 3 starts since being traded in late July from Tampa Bay to Baltimore. Hey, our thanks to the sponsor, Supply House, Ibotta, and FanDuel. Red Sox 5th walk-off win of the season. Take it, enjoy it, and hey, go get game number 2 on Tuesday. Can't sweep a series if you have not won. If you don't win Game 1, check mark. Can't win a 3-game series if you don't win Game 2. Red Sox need to do that with Cutter Crawford on the mound on Tuesday night at Fenway against the Rangers, whose bullpen right now, you can say it, it is gassed. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast does follow each and every Red Sox game all season long. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day. Free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, join us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel as well. We do go live within minutes of the last out of every Red Sox game with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Sports Boston, your number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team every day.